Uh, Hello everyone. This is Darro here with a sort of pretty much a long sort of overdue Dow's gaming day. It's been like a month or two since I've actually done one. As you can see, the game in question that I am going to play for 30 minutes to probably an hour or so at best is a game that I've been pretty much playing out quite a bit of over the last week or two. Ever since it came out, it's gonna be 2 weeks tomorrow now from this recording, Tuesday, since the game was officially launched. But I got pre-ordered the game and got early access, which was like from last Friday, the Friday before it came out, which was the 23rd, 24th or so. Actually, I think it might have been on Saturday, I forget. It might have been the Friday or Saturday. But anyway, you could say the game in question is, of course, Final Fantasy XIV Online at Reborn, which is the sort of redone version of Final Fantasy XIV Online, because as some people may know, Final Fantasy XIV Online came out 3 years ago in 2010 for the PC, and it didn't fare well with critics and fans alike, though. It pretty much got, I wouldn't say universally bashed though, but it got its fair share of beatings in the feedback. So it did. It wasn't a good game according to most people. I never played the full game. I played the beta of the game and played it for about 30 minutes to an hour and did not like it whatsoever. I thought the interface was very clunky. It just pretty much was like 11 though, and I played 11 to a bit as well. 11 was actually my first MMO. Hard to believe, but it was one when it came out in the 360. I got on there, and I played it to an extent though, but it just got boring. And the fact is that you couldn't really do anything really solo past a certain point though. You pretty much had to party all the bloody time then, and I just didn't really want to do that whatsoever then. And then pretty much I think the original team for Final Fantasy XIV actually got fired, and then they brought this whole new team in at Square Enix to redo Final Fantasy XIV, and this is the result of that there, of the last several years work. It is, of course, that's why it's known as Reborn, because it's pretty much Final Fantasy XIV but completely done over though. It has, like, you know, improved graphics, a whole new interface. I think it's an entirely different story. I think there's certain areas and certain music and things are pretty much the same though, but it's completely redone over from what it was back when it first came out in 2010. And it's all for the better, because I really, for some godforsaken reason, I really like this game. It is pretty much a lot like your standard MMO if you played, you know, WoW, you know, Star Wars Knights of the Republic, Guild Wars 2, you know, Rift, like various MMOs out there. It plays very similar to most modern MMORPGs. But there's just something about this that I really like, and I'll get into it in just a few months. I'm sure you're probably sick of hearing the sound of my voice and just actually get into the damn game. So anyway, just before I get into the game, this is my character here. It is a level 23 Thaumaturge, which is basically your mage class in this game. The race is Elysian, my clan is Duskwhite, and I'm in the Phoenix world, which is in Europe. And of course, like pretty much the slit says, like, name day 31st sun of the second humble moon, which I think came to, well, I looked for the date, it said 29/4, which is me 29th of April, which is my birthday, therefore I put that there. And my character name is Darius Murius. It might not suit the actual race, so they might not suit the race though. But I tend to, when I play in RPGs and you have a name, you can name your own character, I tend to sort of do a sort of thing of my own name. and that's why I do that there. So anyway, let's get going into here. Might have to wait a bit though, of course, yeah. Because every time I start playing this game, there's always a queue. Always a queue, which means it's pretty popular at the moment though, because sometimes you might enter an MMO and it's easy to get in because there's hardly anyone playing it, but it's always been the case every time we go in here, it's always a queue. It's not actually as big as it should, usually it's just maybe like, you know, 10 to 15 people or so, but it shouldn't be so long anyway. But anyway, you can see my character here, it's like level 23, have a 2, hand at 1, let's go in here, might be waiting a bit though. But anyway, as I say, I really like this game though. It's just, I just don't know why, there's just something about it though that's just, it just rubs me the right way, I guess. So just something about it though, like I've never really been into, like I've played a few MMOs though, like Final Fantasy 11, like I said, was my first one though, but then like I played WoW, like, you know, afterwards, and played it for a bit to an extent though, and then, you know, I played like, you know, Guild Wars, and, you know, a few other ones, like I played some Guild Wars 2, I played, you know, Knights of the Old Republic, you know, Lord of the Rings Online, but this one here is probably the one I've put most time into since I played WoW pretty much for the first time. And I don't know, just something about it though. Like one of the things about it is it looks nice. I think it's a nice looking game from an MMO now. It's not like, you know, oh my god, this is absolutely graphically fantastic, technically brilliant now in all corners of it now, but for an MMO, it's definitely one of the better looking ones out there. It's just something unique and nice about the, you know, the detail of it though. It just looks nice to play and nice to look around, explore the world and out there. As you can see, the interface here, I'm using a control. I'm using a controller here. And you may be wondering, Darren, what the fuck are you doing using a controller for an MMO? Well, this is one of the things that I really like about this game, is because they've developed the game as such that they actually implemented a controller interface as well as, you know, your standard keyboard and mouse. And the fact of the matter is, it works very, very well. It's very simple and easy to use. So it is. Like the left trigger here, pretty much you can see, if I hold the left trigger down, I can activate all the sorts here. Like the D-pad, it has my potions and ethers and antidotes and that there. And then the face buttons is, you know, sprint, teleport, auto attack and return. And that's pretty cool there. And then in the right side, right trigger, is my spells. You know, Thunder, Blizzard, Fire, Transpose, Scathe, Fire 2, Sleep, Blizzard 2. So that's pretty much it. But that's not just all of it though. There's different sets. So if I just press the right bumper now, I can just press that, and all of a sudden there's another spell, my Thunder 2, which I just got in there when I hit level 22, I believe. And then once you hit that one again, you go into these like your sort of menu things. You go to your armory, your character, your action and traits, inventory, your gathering, hunting log, etc, etc. And basically, you just press one of those buttons pretty much to, you know, activate things. So like say character, I just press the B button here and it brings up the character screen. Rather than, you know, click on it though. And then you can see like the different you know, different equipment I have on me, like, you know, my rings, my, you know, cotton clothes, and like my staff I have on me. So they, and it's like, it's just very intuitive, it's very easy, it's just not, it's not like a real clusterfuck like, you know, 14 was, the original 14. Which, like I said, I played it for 30 minutes or so to an hour and I just couldn't get it. I just did not like the interface at all. I just felt completely lost. It just was very, very clunky and just completely unusable, unfriendly whatsoever. But this, the team now who worked on this one, I think have done a great job though. It hasn't been completely perfect though. Like the opening week hasn't been, you know, smooth sailing though for him, because there was a lot of server problems. People couldn't get in. It seemed like it was getting errors though because the world was full. Sometimes had to wait in the queue though. But that's usually the case with most sort of MMOs though. Like sometimes certain MMOs launch okay, the raid's pretty good, but then sometimes they launch very badly, and this is probably one of those ones that might fall into a bit of the latter category. So anyway, enough of me talking. Let's actually fucking play the damn game for once. Actually, I'm just doing a quest here at the moment where I have to defeat these tucos and kill them and get their meat. So you do basically, you see, it's not like, you know, action MMORPG now. It's a, you know, real time. So basically, I have to wait for kind of real time. I have to sort of wait for, you know, spells and not to cool down in order to, you know, do spells and not there, and then wait for it to, like, you know, pretty much, you know, cool down, and then sort of can activate them again. So basically, once, like, I've got it, obtained a chunk of tuco meat there, so therefore I can get another one. And that's the thing about this here, though. Like, you can see the little symbol above them there now, basically stating that, yeah, that indicates, like, they are associated with the quest that you have on your own, meaning you have to sort of kill them. And that's a good thing as well. So say if you're looking for a certain enemy though, oh, I have to kill this enemy here, where do I find them? Usually say it's usually point to where it is on the map anyway, on the top right. And then once you see the little symbol above them, you say, okay, they're the ones I have to kill then. So it's just, yeah, say you can see like the quests in the right corner. Not right corner, right side. At the bottom there, you might be wondering, what the hell is all those little wee blue, green, white squares? That's my inventory screen. So that basically corresponds to like all the items I have in my inventory, which I can show you here for just a few moments. Just press here, and this is all my inventory stuff. You have all these, like, you know, craftable materials, and you have the potions, and you know that there, and shit like that now. And like, you know, elegant silver pieces is stuff I just use it to, like, you know, sell on to get more gil, which is of course a Final Fantasy staple. So let's pretty much get going here. Sorry about that. I tend to just use fire instantly and then just use up with scab, because scabs pretty much you can just automatically use it afterwards. So, and then I just pretty much, you know, switch to Humble Ice after a few goes, and that sort of charges some of your MP though. Like, I've been playing this for maybe about 10 to 15 hours thus far, maybe more, and I've actually yet to use an ether in battle, because for the most part, especially even during, like, you know, dungeon fights, which I've done a few of before, is, yeah, I just need to, usually when you transpose, like, switch between the Umbral Astral Fire on Umbral Ice, which is kind of like these sort of stat boost buffers things. So like whenever you have Umbral Ice on, it tends to it uses less MP, and you can actually cast spells faster. And like Astral Fire as well, it uses up more MP, and it takes a bit longer, but you sort of do more damage. So it's easy. It's best to sort of switch between them in certain situations. So because of course you could sort of get your MP back up again, and also like sort of, you know, switch between them, and you just hit your enemy with, like, you know, the different element spells. So anyway, let's get going here. Just kill a few more of these tuco and then hand in the quest. And you can see little dots on the right, on the top right there as well. That basically indicates the enemies that are associated with the quest as well, which is pretty cool. And I killed the tuco. And this is another thing I like about this game. So sometimes in other MMOs, when you kill an enemy though, and you have to get a certain item from an enemy, sometimes you might get the item and sometimes you don't. Like, you might have to kill 5 of a certain enemy before you actually get one of the items that you're needed to do a quest. But in this case, it's just basically done it automatically for you, which is nice. Therefore, you don't have to sort of up and waste precious time, you know, doing it. It's like, okay, I fucking spent 10 minutes doing this here, and now all of a sudden I'm still getting nowhere near like the amount of items I need to actually do this damn quest or whatever now. So therefore, I have enough now to do it though. It says deliver the tuco meat to Benegar at the Golden Bazaar, Streaking Games. So basically that indicates a tick. So it does on the screen. So basically I can just press select now, and select just basically goes to the different sort of things on the screen. So I press select once, that goes to the chat bar at the bottom left. I press again, it goes to my quest thing. I can just, you know, use the D-pad to go down and, you know, indicate them now. So basically I just press down here as it's deliver the tuk mate. I just press X, I just press, you know, the button here, and then it shows you here where exactly it is on the map. So there's the tick there. I just scroll down here and you see my blue arrow there. That's where I'm at. So I just have to go north a bit to you know, hand in the quest. So it's like it's just pretty much standard MMO first. So if you play like any, you know, few MMOs, then you pretty much know what you're getting though. But there's people out there who may never played an MMO in their life though, who may be watching this right now, and they may be wondering, hey, should I, you know, try this game out or whatnot now? Is it a, you know, friendly MMO though? I think it is. It's a lot more. You know, you can go to WoW, which is like, it's quite good as well. You know, Guild Wars 2. There's other MMOs out there that are quite friendly. They're quite They're quite, you know, and you know, they're definitely user friendly. They're like, you know, they're very easy to get into though. They're not very, you know, complex unless you're like looking for that, I guess. So anyway, let's get going here. I'm just going to go here. I'll just go down to the thing here and just show you just some more things before we hand in that quest. Now you see the different characters here as well. Like you see the ones with green font, green color on them, on the name, and green font, green color font, and then you see the ones in blue color. The green ones are NPC characters. You basically can talk to them. Sometimes they have, like, you know, an exclamation mark above their head or whatnot. Those are sort of indicate they have a quest for you. Blah blah, usual typical MMO stuff. And then of course there's the players, which are the blue ones. So basically you can go up to a character and say, this guy, I could just, you know, select him with a D-pad, go down and examine him and see what he is. He's a gladiator, and you can check out his equipment, you know, standard MMO fur, of course. And then there's of course stuff like this here. This is known as an aetherite, which is kind of like it's kind of like a transport, like a sort of hub, so like a transport system in a way though, because I can, you know, it's kind of like, you know, certain your rest, your inn spots, like something like in World of Warcraft, where you can go to a certain inn in there and say, I want to register this as my home point. Therefore, like if I use a certain item here, a certain like a transport thing, I return to that one there because I set that as my home point. So it's not the one I have at the moment though, but I'll just do it here just to show you. Let's flip and activate here. So you can basically click on it now, and like I get to set this as a home point though. So basically I'll set this as a home point. At the moment I have Ailport though, which is one in a completely different land. So that's my home point set there right now, so it is. So basically, if I'm somewhere else, so if I'm like a couple of, you know, lands away though, and say, oh, I just want to get back here instantaneously, I just want to get back here without, you know, having to slog my way through back here, I could just basically go left trigger, return, and it'll just take me back there. So basically, but of course you can't just do it like, you know, do it like, you know, numerous times in a short space of time. Of course it has a cooldown as well, therefore you're going to have to wait a bit before it cools down so you can activate it again. But that's the thing. So say like I'll be back in the city in Uldar, which is like the starting city I started the game in, and say, oh, I just want to get over here quickly enough without having to spend any gil. I could just activate and go there. But there's also teleport, which is also, it's kind of the same thing, in that I can use teleport to go to different areas, like ones in completely different lands. Like New Gridania is completely different land from like this areas I'm in there now. So if I want to go there, I could just use it instead and spend a bunch of gil. It costs gil to do that though. But the thing is though, you have to activate the aetherites in those areas in order to like use them. You can't just like, you know, activate, you can't just, you know, access every single one in the game now. You activate them and then you're able to teleport to them if you need to. Like you say there's a quest there or whatnot and you just don't want to, you know, slog your way through it, having to go on an airship, go to the land, etc. It might be cheaper to do so, but it's sort of waste more time. So I just want to get there now. I don't have time to kill. You can just do that, no problem whatsoever. But that's pretty much that there. That's like the threat shed. It's like pretty cool anyway. But like you said, it's nice to do that though, because heck, you don't want to like travel to and fro from each land all the bloody time now, do you? Like you just don't want to do that now. But say like you don't want to actually transport the things though, but you do want to get to certain areas a bit faster. This is where the Chocobo Cake comes in, where you can sort of, you know, hey, I want to hire a Chocobo Porter. You can basically go to a certain point here. Like say, like I've got the Golden Bazaar now. I can go there because I activated one there. Again, you have to go to the Chocobo Cake in that area to activate it, and then you can transport it. So basically it'll take me 1 minute, but it only spends 15 gil. That's not much, because if you can see at the bottom right, I don't know if you can see, I don't know if this is going to be great quality or not, but I'll just say anyway, I have 24,871 gil. So 15 gil is pretty much nothing to me at the moment. So let's go hand in that quest now, here. I just activated it though, press yes, and then I just automatically go on a Chocobo, and just basically takes me there. So it does. It's pretty much, you know, kind of unreal, so pretty much I don't have any, you know, far. But there's also certain areas where you can rent the Chocobo, whereas you don't need to, you know, you can rent the Chocobo for lock and meds though, and just sort of maybe travel everywhere there, and get to certain areas a bit faster, rather than, you know, just having to use a Chocobo transport, just basically just get to the area that you're heading to, rather than, you know, exploring. But of course, it's a Chocobo, it's a mount. You're gonna get your own in the future though, by doing certain quests and, you know, getting like, you know, license and whatnot. Like, I haven't gotten that far yet, unfortunately though. I haven't gotten to that far yet where I can actually get my own Chocobo, but I'm looking forward to it nonetheless. So you can see I'm at the Golden Bazaar now, and therefore I can have my thing here. And also another quest that I have at the moment is here also. So basically the tech means, of course, that means it indicates the end of the quest. So if I hand this in, I'll get my XP, my gil, or whatever, and whatever items I get for completing the quest. Whereas this symbol over here indicates I just hand this part of the quest in, but then I'll have to actually do something else afterwards, of course. So basically I'll just hand this quest in here. Where's that? Blah 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 blah. So basically you just press the X, you just press the button here, just do it, hand it over, no problem whatsoever. Skip the dialogue, don't care. So you get 3,920 experience points, and then get 250 gil. So I complete it. There you go, and he has another quest in for me now, so I just activate it though. So get now hiring. He needs help. That's what I get for the reward, except blah 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 blah. He knows about that. So I'll go post hiring notices in prime locations. So you can see there on the map though, there's little wee symbols on there indicating, oh, these where I have to put things, but you can see them little wee sparkling points in the map here. So basically, it's a game that's pretty much kind of hold your hand though, because you're not going to get lost. You're not going to go, oh, where have to go now? What have to do? You pretty much know where exactly you're going to have to go. So, oh, I have to go to this area to do this quest. I have to go to this area to do this quest, etc. When it comes to sort of stuff, you sort of have to sort of look for yourself though. It's pretty much to do with the hunting log, which I will show you in just a few moments though. But let's just, you know, talk to this person here. Let's skip the dialogue. So there you go. I've pretty much, you know, activated it now, and I have to do another part of the quest. I have to save Sister Arkin. Or Arson. Wherever way you pronounce it though. So I basically just do this quest since it's easy enough though. You know. Put it on. Simple MMO fur though. Like the quests in it are pretty much your standard MMO. You usually go, oh, bring this item to this guy, kill X number of, you know, enemies. Yeah, sometimes people don't mind that so much, but other times people are like, yeah, this is boring, just doing the same old shit. Which I can understand though. But like I'm just not bored with this game yet though. I just actually quite like it though. Like I think it's just I just find it enjoyable. I just do. It's like I don't understand. Like I think one of the reasons why I think it is because, as I said before, is because of the controller interface. I just find it very friendly to use. Like I still type with the keyboard, of course. Like if I'm chatting in a party though, because I've done a few quests there where I have to enter a dungeon, and like certain like, you know, people having this and like basically do this here. Like basically doing strategies of how to take care of a certain boss or whatnot now. And I don't know if I don't know, you probably won't be able to hear it though as much as my, you know, droning voice. But I really like the music in this game as well. I think it has a really great soundtrack. There's some really nice music in this game in certain occasions, so I just actually quite like it quite a bit though. But like some of the music is, I don't know if some of the music of all of the music is taken from Final Fantasy 14 now, or if it's just some now and there's like completely new compositions done for this version of it now. But I do like the music in this game. Some of it's quite nice, so it's just, you know, very easy listening pretty much. Now I just basically have to hand these Hara notices now. Oh! That just automatically popped up. So that's actually perfect timing here. It's a fate. And what are fates? Fates are kind of like sort of public quests where you see these little things on the map though, like blue circular and like these sort of like, you know, purple things. And basically it's kind of a public quest where basically once you enter it you can do, there's a certain quest you have to do, and then all of a sudden stuff in here. These guys. Basically it's certain, you know, just go into it though now, and then you you might find enemies now, and sometimes you need to get certain items and bring it to a certain character that might be out of that area. And also I think, I don't know if the XP now, I think it might do so, but the amount of XP and gil you get sort of corresponds to how much you contributed to the actual bit. So if you actually did a good bit though, you might get a good more XP, more gil, etc. But I'm not entirely sure, but I assume that is the case. So basically the thing is, well, you could say a level sync though, since I was like higher than sort of standard level for this fit, I needed to sort of sync up to sort of, you know, get the XP and that there, but it was only like one level below me, 22. Okay, there's no one about here now, and the bar is not full yet though, therefore still have to get going, but it seems there's no more enemies coming about, so I don't know if this is broken or whatnot now, but it could very well end up being. Let's continue on here until more of the enemies come if they do come. But that's what they basically are, little public quests that anyone can take care of, as long as you you're like you sort of actual on the level. Like sometimes you might be above it there, therefore you have to sort of do a level sync in order to sort of correspond more to around the level you're looking for. And sometimes you go to certain, you know, enter certain fate, so which basically says you're pretty much under level for this. Therefore, you know, if you do decide to join, your contribution's not going to be as much. So therefore, you say like I got 640 XP and I got 34 gil. The XP is usually good for these fates though, but usually gil's kind of, you know, crappy from my experience. Therefore, it's just like no point really doing them for gil really. But for getting XP though, it's quite helpful. Loose tongue, madam. Board burger. A burger. A burger. Burger. Assume it is. I don't know if it's supposed to be burglar. So basically handing in the notices, I'll just talk to this guy again. And quest complete. And he's got another quest. And here's one that actually has options now. Like sometimes you might get items that you just might get the items no matter what. Like you basically, when you finish the quest, you get those items. But there's certain times, of course, in other MMOs where you basically say, hey, here's your options. Do you want this? Like what one do you want here once you complete the quest? Do you want these ear cuffs? Do you want these core ring? Or do you want these bronze pieces? So I'm pretty much, I think once I do this quest, of course, I think I'm going to take the bronze piece because I already have these core ring. I already have this core ring equipped. Brass ear cuffs is pretty much useless to me for my class anyway, though, because it's strength, accuracy, and dexterity, and therefore I'm more of a magic type. I'm a mage class. Therefore, I need something more along the lines, of course, like the core ring has, intelligence, mind, and accuracy. Vitality and PA, like MP, your intelligence, your magic power, etc. So that's pretty much that there. So I've been choosing it though, so I just accept it anyway. So I say I have to tape slabs of cloud marble. So basically, like if I want to look for where it is, I can just click on it there. It's over there now. But yeah, it's an enjoyable MMO. Like I've been playing it over the last few weeks now, and I'm not bored with it yet. And I'm just surprised to say, like, I participated in the beta, the phase 3 beta now. That's pretty much what sold me on the game though, because I didn't really have much. I think I did have a bit of interest in trying it out anyway though, because I seen sort of like the footage and it's like, oh, this looks good, I might try it out, but I wasn't like, oh my god, anticipating it very highly now. But after playing the beta for a good number of hours as well, I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna get this here. It was very enjoyable to play, and plus it was cheap. Like this game came out, it wasn't that dear whatsoever. It was only like I only paid like £13 off for it though, and even like the digital download version is only 20 quid. I think the reason why that is because it's already a game, it's already been out though. It's just basically a redone version of it though. But I don't know if people would have been interested as much if they actually had to pay full price for it, because the first one was pretty much, I think, full price, the first version, and I think people got pissed off with it though. And for a while after that, they basically gave it away for free. Because it's a subscription-based MMO, and since there was so many problems with that game, so many people hated on it, though, they basically gave the game away for free. In terms of you didn't have to pay subscription for it. I don't know when exactly how long it was, but I know it was a few months at least anyway. crawling guys, because they're assholes. Now talk to her. Or eating her, as it says. And she just disappears into the darkness. Which is weird. I don't know if there's anything more I could say though, like there's a lot of other stuff in this game that you can do, of course. Like there's these different classes you can take. You could become like a, you know, a weaver. Like these different jobs you can take part of and level up as well. Like, you know, there's like crafting classes, of course. There's like your weaver, you know, miner, goldsmith and things like that now. But the problem with that is I don't really care for that stuff though. I can't be arsed, you know, spending number of hours flipping leveling up, you know, my crafting material low, which might bite me in the ass later on though, but for the time being I don't think it's necessary because I'm not really been having a lot of problems. So like I've died a few times, maybe like 2 or 3, like I think 2 or 3 times at most though, but it's not like I really need it though, but for the most part I've been pretty much dead on. I've been quitting the dungeons as well, pretty much been playing like a died. I actually died twice. I tried twice in a dungeon though. One of them was BS when I got killed by one of the bombs because it seemed like I was completely out of its zone, but yeah, I got hit by it anyway and I got killed. But yeah, but other than the dungeons in the game, I've pretty much been playing this game, you know, solo, because like I said before, unlike Final Fantasy 14, Final Fantasy 11, you can pretty much do this game a lot. Pretty much you can do this game solo, it seems, for the most part. Apart from, of course, you know, dungeons and that and fighting certain bosses. But for doing, like, you know, standard, you know, quests, you can do it no problem. Whereas in 11, you can get up to, like, sort of level 9 or 10 or so before you actually had to sort of do partying up with people, you know, doing quests there. Heck, I might be that kind of person though. Like I tend to sort of, like I know of course you need to do it in dungeons though, which has been fine for the most part anyway. But I tend to sort of go around things. I just can't tend like to do things myself though. Like I'm not part of a guild or anything like that now, and because I've been part of a few guilds before, and like, you know, WoW, and it just doesn't really turn out though. I just tend to like do things on my own pace, so I just tend to like, you know, be alone. I pretty much just go around myself and, you know, do things my own way, kinda. But yeah, that's. I'll probably play a bit more here though anyway. I just sort of wrap things up though, but seems a bit. I think that's pretty much everything though. I know it's. I know you're probably saying, why the fuck did I explain everything to you though, rather than sort of just play the damn game? But like, there might be people out here might be just wondering the ins and outs of the game anyway from my perspective. Like I haven't gone onto the whole craftable system, or I'm just basically telling you what I've experienced, like the sort of systems that I've known about though. But there's a few things I haven't explained yet though, which I'll probably just do before I wrap things up here. Let's hand this over. I just select this here because I can set this on to get more guild. Play it there for, and pretty much all his quests are done now. But anyway, I'll just show you a few more things. Right, pressing the start button here. Right, this is another thing I actually quite like about this game as well, is the recommendations. Now, the recommendations thing is, I click on this here now, and this pretty much shows you sort of all the things you can sort of do in this area, whether if there's quests available for you in this area, or if there's a certain enemy that you kill to get for your class. Like there's one there is in Eastern Thanalan in Welwick Wood. It's called a furball, and that corresponds to my hunting log, which is, let's get it up here now. Which is basically, you go to certain areas of the game to kill X number of enemies, and once you kill them, you get experience. And pretty much, I've done the first 2 already now, and I'm currently on my 3rd rank. So yeah, I basically the first one though you had like 1 though, but then the next one had like 2 enemies. Or like, and there's 1 or 2 enemies per section. Then, and once you complete that section, you get XP, and then once you complete the entire rank, you get more. You get 10,000 there. So I'm currently on rank 3 now, and once I complete rank 3, I'll get 20,000 XP, which would be great. So it will. But there's certain enemies in the game, like there's certain enemies in an area that you have to get to. But they don't show on the map now. Sometimes you might have to look around a bit though, but then you'll find it though, and then it'll have a little symbol above its head indicating that this is an enemy that you must kill for your hunting log. So I'm currently on Thermitage rank, definitely 3 though, and I've done like a few of them. Like I've done them in here, this one, and this that one there. So I've done like 3 of them thus far, like 3 enemies there, but I've done just like 1 section of it though. But like I've done that there. Besides, I haven't, like some of them here I have, because I haven't actually gone to those areas yet. Like I've been, like I should do, because I think also it corresponds to the level. So for example, the Bark Eft in South Strait, I think it'll be level 23. And like say the last thing, the furball here, which, where is it now? It'll be level 27, I believe. Therefore, it might not be best to go there just yet though. Although I did fight these enemies here pretty much, kinda. Well, Yarzon and the Laughing Toad, I think they were level 22 and 23 respectively. I pretty much beat them without any huge problem at level 20. Just because I got be able just to fight them one-on-one though, because maybe sometimes if I'd had to fight if like another one came along, maybe would have had been the best chance of getting the hell out of there, legging it pretty much. But anyway, yeah, that's another little wee feature though I quite like. It's pretty cool though, and there's other things as well, but I'll just warp back to Camp Drybone, since anyway that's where I go. Rather than spending a bit of gil, even if it's not much though. But hey, I'll just warp back to it anyway. So that's what I was talking about before. So you can warp back to it no problem. And of course then there's a cooldown section. I don't know how long it is, but that's what it is. Yeah, the frame rate might be going a bit down there because heck, it's a credit area, therefore it's not going to go running smoothly. Because it is, of course, making more RPG. There's a lot of people on here, therefore, hey, you're gonna have to deal with it pretty much. So where is this guy now? And this question, again, there's options here. You don't need it because they can't use it anyway. I don't want that anyway because I already have stuff that's actually better, perhaps, anyway. Let's get this here. So there you go. And of course this is there's two different kinds of like things. So this one here, you can see little kind of like flame-ish though, sort of like flame ring or so with the exclamation mark. This indicate like this is a story quest. This is part of the main sort of storyline that I'm on now. While other ones are just basically like a circle with an exclamation mark and therefore they're sort of like side quests. So anyway, here's another little one. So yeah, it's basically here, and I can just do this here now. And this one then. Yeah. So I'll just speak with Thangriff, who's like one of the sort of story characters in this game. I'll just be one more thing before I go. There's these quests known as leaves, which are kind of like these little sort of quests that you can do though. I think you can sort of do them multiple times as well though. But you're given certain allowances for them. So like I have like 54 at the moment now because they've sort of been sort of stocking up on them though. And plus, I haven't actually gotten access to level 21 yet because I don't think I'm not that far because I haven't gotten to like level 20 sort of story quest yet. Therefore, probably can't access them yet though, which kind of sucks though since I'm level 23. These ones here are quite above me, below me now though as well. Therefore, there's no point doing them either. But the thing is, well, even if I do access it, I can actually put it to recommended level +4 at the max, which would be like level 19 there. But even then, I don't think I'll be able to because for some reason, since because of the level I'm at, I'm gonna get a point as well, experience point penalty for some reason. Therefore, I only want to get sort of half the XP of what it says here. So if I get 2017 there, I'm probably only getting 1,000 odd, which I don't know why that is, but it seems to be the case. So these are quests though, basically, you know, I can accept one now, accept it, and then you sort of initiate it then, and then it sort of tells you on the map where you have to go then, but you have a certain time limit. So you might have to go kill this certain enemy in this set of time though, and then you do that, and once you completely do that though, you basically says, do you want to go back to the leaf meeting to do, and then you just sort of get your reward. And you get XP depending on difficulty and also speed of completion, so you might get a few bonus XP depending on how fast you actually do it also, which is pretty cool. But there's a bunch of other systems that I haven't really gone into though, like of course there's crafting, which you say like I can't really care about though. Like I chose a bit of a weaver class, so but I couldn't care less about it though. I'm just not really fussing it though. Like I don't know if it's completely necessary now though, but I'm having a blast doing it at the moment though. Like I'm sure people out there really do love that stuff, love doing the crafting etc. But I rather just go around, doing quests, fighting enemies and that there. That's kind of what my main priority in this game is. Just. And I'm sure that's the case with a lot of players. There's an audience for the crafting stuff, and then there's an audience for just standard questing, standard adventuring, pretty much. So yeah, I think that's pretty much all I have. Though this is probably maybe going on what 40, 50 minutes, maybe longer. I don't know, but I hope you enjoyed this anyway. Though, hope to have another little gaming day in the future. Anyway, I don't know what it will be now. But I hope you enjoyed this here anyway though, and if you're interested in checking this out, I thoroughly recommend it though. Of course you get 30 days free once you purchase it though, and it's not that dear, and I think it's recommended. Like even if you're not going to play it past the 30 days, so like I've already put 10 to 15 hours, maybe more, in this, so and I feel I've got my money's worth though. Like I might spend like another month or two on it though, and try to finish the main story quest line, and that might be where I part ways with though. But I really enjoy it though. It's definitely one of the more enjoyable MMOs I played in my lifetime though. So I hope you enjoyed, guys, and I'll see you all next time. Ciao.